When Harry would come home from the road, he would show me new stuff that he'd been working on, and I'd show him some things that I'd been doing. And I showed him the poem for Cats in the Cradle, and he kind of pushed it aside, and he took more interest in a couple of other things that I'd been working on. And then after Joshua was born, he grabbed it and said, "Hey, I got to put music to this." So it had been written a lot earlier, but it really hit him after Joshua was born.
If it didn't happen to me so often, it would almost be awkward. But I'm used to it now because people actually want to, because I look like my dad too. They'll want to have contact with me, put their arm on my shoulder, and really try and communicate to me how it healed their relationship with their father, or it got them closer to someone they had fallen away from.
Okay,
it's always amazing to me because
this is
people
really going to
just
be a deep song then?
almost before they even get words out, I can see a shakiness and emotion in their eyes, and the way they just kind of want to close the space between me and them when I haven't even met them before, which is a tribute to my dad.
A child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking before I knew it. And as he grew, he'd say, "I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you."
They are look so much alike.
A cradle and a silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then.
Ooh, love that guitar sound.
My son turned 10 just the other day. He said, "Thanks for the ball, Dad. Come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw?" I said, "Not today, I got a lot to do." He said, "That's okay," and they walked away, but his smile never dimmed and said, "I'm gonna be like him, yeah. You know I'm gonna be like him." And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then.
Oh man, amazing vocals, amazing vocals.
Well, he came from college just the other day. So much like a man, I just had to say, "Son, I'm proud of you. Can you sit for a while?" He shook his head and he said with a smile, "What I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please?" And the cat's in the cradle and a silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then.
That's why, y'all, I try as much as I can as a single mother of 6 kids to take the time out and do stuff, with each one of my children as much as I can. It can get really, really tough. Really, really hard, but I try to give them time, one-on-one time, a piece, as often as I can.
I love the whole setup of this song. How it's kind of like he's telling a story. You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole story, like within his song. The way he's singing it, man, it is amazing. I love them, like these storytelling type songs.
A lot of people don't understand because I'm underground and I've been under the radar as a rap artist, but I've toured my whole life. I started touring when I was 18 years old in 1998, just doing local shows, and then I went on tour in 2024 and I never looked back. And I stopped touring for my family, and I miss it. I miss being on the road. But we haven't even got into this. I don't know what he's going to say, but he said, "A boy was born, but there are bills to pay and airplanes to catch," and he had to leave. And I don't know, it's already struck a chord with me because this is why I personally stopped touring, because all my friends in the rap industry are what I call FaceTime dads, and I just refuse to be that. Sometimes it eats at me because I really miss it, but I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I'm probably just ranting for no reason, but oh man, this is already starting to sound like a gem.
His bright smile making me smiling as well. It has such a stable position for his singing. Na 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 na. You see, all the time keeping the smile and open the mouth, adding more brightness and like being storytelling, using the rhythm, playing with the rhythm so easily, sounding so natural. Like I love this chorus part, and especially how he's playing with the words shadow, because sometimes it's quite open, sometimes a bit deeper. It's sliding all the time, getting higher and lower, and of course the melody. I appreciate the melody.
I get it. I get it. Damn.
Well, I've long since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. Said I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said I'd love to, Dad, if I could find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids have the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. And as he hung up the phone, it occurred to me he'd grown up just like me.
Oh
My
no!
boy was just like me.
God, I am like so
It's a cradle and a silver spoon.
much.
Little boy blue and the man and the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. And you know we'll have a good time then.
Beautiful. Wow.
I wrote this thing to you.
He was 38 years old at the height of his career. He was killed in a car accident. What? It's crazy because I'm 38 years old. And this song was almost like a prophecy to his life, talking about time and not having enough time. Oh my gosh. Let's make sure there ain't nothing else.
Hey, Tom Chapin, come on out here and help us do something.
He left
Come on.
behind his loving family, the fans he
I wrote
touched,
this
and
thing
his
for you.
man, I gotta be honest, man. I don't feel good. I don't feel good after listening to that. And it's not, I don't know. It's just a sad thing. Like this guy almost wrote this song, or his wife wrote it, but he sung it and performed it and put it to music. He wrote the music to it. And it's like a prophecy to his life. Like he was talking about how he's not gonna have enough time with his son, and basically he's putting things off and putting things off, and then in the end his son ends up being the one that turned out like his dad. But his life in real life was cut short. My goodness. You know, and that's the thing. A lot of times there's a cycle. There's a cycle that happens between a father and son, a child and a parent, and they end up repeating some of the same things that they've learned, you know, due to operant behavior, learned behavior, and what they see in their environment, and they end up, you know, engaging in those same behaviors, and just wild. For me though, it's good to hear this stuff because I still do have time with my kids, and I woke up today, and you know, I still gotta. It gives me that extra push to strive and to spend more time with them whenever I can. And instead of saying I'm tired, you know, which I do, I try not too often. I try to take that extra step, but you know, this is gonna be in my brain next time they say something. Instead of being like I'm tired of something, think, man, these days are limited, and this time I have with them's limited because one day the house is gonna be empty, the kids is gonna be gone, and yeah, life's short, man.
That song just messed me up. That song just messed me up. Whew. There was so many emotions going on in my head because at the end of it all, when he got older, he did end up like his dad, but because he was too busy. Oh my gosh. But me as a mom, I know this was like about a son and a father, but this, I think any parent could attest to this, that sometimes you do feel like you are just trying your best to build a life for your kids. Some people forget that time spent with your kids are going to remember that. Like, they're going to remember who was there. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I'm so sorry. Because I know for me, that's one of the biggest things that I would like to do. And this was just a reminder, like, to spend that time, watch that movie with your kid, go outside with your kid. Because you're never going to get that time back, ever. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That song just messed me up. I'm going to go ahead and close. I'm so sorry.
Harry was 38 years old when at the height of his career he was killed in a car accident. Nice.
Hey, Tom Schaefer, come on out
He
here and
left
help us
behind
do
his
something.
loving family, the fans he touched,
I wrote this thing
and
for you.
his music. And because his music is really touching, he still lives on with us and with this channel, and I'm happy I reacted to it. I'm not gonna be like opening up about my relationship, which is kind of messed up right now, about my dad and so on, but if I could tell you something, is you have to meet your parents halfway, and you have to meet your kids halfway, especially if you are adults. I like the song, I like that it had a story, I like that the families are using the songs to reunite and find time and try. I doubt that if I even send this song to my dad, he will even understand anything, but that's another story. I enjoyed it very much.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god, I did not. Okay. He's so young. That makes me so sad. Who I had no idea. I assumed he had passed on. I'm assuming that was his wife, and obviously that was his son. And I thought he must have lived like this long, long life. And, I had no idea it was something so awful, and how young he was, how early he was taken away. And that's just so heartbreaking. That makes the song so much more sad, because I guess man, I'm trying to keep it together here, but that makes my heart break. Because obviously he's writing the song, he said, I'm assuming that was his wife saying that the song touched him more, the poem touched him more when his son was born. And, I think he's thinking like, oh, one day I'm going to see my son, and my son is going to have a wife and kids, and he's going to be just like me, busy going to work. And how he said that he couldn't have time to play ball when his son was 10, and like, oh, I'm sorry, son, I gotta go back inside. And now he's realizing it all comes full circle, and now the son is telling him, sorry, I can't, I gotta go be with my wife and kids. And knowing that never happened just absolutely guts me. I am as 8 years older than I am, and I feel like I have so much more life to live. And the fact that he's gone just, oh my God, it makes me so sad. Man, oh my God, what a touching song. And now I get it why his son, I believe his name was Josh, why people go up to him and he looks just like his father, and say that this healed their relationship with their father, make them reconnect. Because now I get it, seeing that he was taken early, it's like, wow, time is so fast. And, at a blink of an eye, you never know what could happen. Something so awful as an accident or illness or something. You never know. Time is not guaranteed. Life is not promised. You gotta kind of live and not have all these resentments, not have all these grudges, and try to make amends while those people are still here. And I'm making me so sad because my mom and my family, they all live in Texas, and I'm thousands of miles away from them. I haven't seen them all in a year, and luckily I might be seeing my mom next month, so that makes me so happy. But time is never guaranteed, and we gotta just live in the now. And that was such a beautiful sentiment.
Oh, nice. Harry Chapman was 38 years old when at the height of his career he was killed in a car accident. Why is it always tragedies with these singers? I feel like you hear about it so much more. But this hit deep, and the wordplay on this was insane. Not even just the wordplay. I think that, I don't know how quickly it should have got me. It should have took me to understand that the son ended up being just like his dad. But when I heard that last bit at the end, the goosebumps, the chills that went over my body. This is incredible. The songwriting in this is actually probably some of the best songwriting I've ever heard in my life. I'm genuinely amazed by how this song was written and just like the inspiration behind it and everything. I feel like this is the thing that he's singing about is something that happens all the time, like literally with almost every family. As fast as life goes, it's one of those things where spend as much time with family as you can, because before you know it, we all get to an age where we start leaving this earth and we have a lot of regrets and stuff. I think regardless anyway, we're going to have a lot of regrets when our time comes. But I think me personally, when I get to my age, or when my parents die, I want to be able to say, yeah, I'm glad I spent as much time with them as I did. Oh, man, this is a deep one, man. This really was a deep one. I wasn't expecting it to sound like this. I kind of thought that this was going to be like some 70s rock or something, slowed down and as mellow as this one was. But this was an absolutely beautiful song, and I really like the meaning behind it.